beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Fatou, good morning.
Good morning.
With many voices.
Yes, now I'm starting to put more stuff now.
Yeah, multiplying yourself.
It should be less than less, but I'm going like
more
and more.
I remember seeing your first album cover. Like 7 years ago, I saw it. A strong, confident woman, radiant, smiling on the album cover. A woman with a message. And now 7 years later, there's Fenfo. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, it's just right here. Coming next week, I think.
Next week is and you look even stronger than on the first album.
Really?
Yes, you do. You look like
really. Thank you.
Like you're representing a nation.
Yeah, I'm trying to represent, minimum the continent, in the African continent. Then, and all that, above all that, being representative of women and children at the same time. And we said, who said women, who said children, it's all over the world,
Yeah.
And I think we are not so many girls on stage to defend, female voice in general. So that's why I would like to be the voice of less voice people. So it's a big responsibility, but somebody have to do it. Our mom have been doing this. Miriam Makeba did it. Angelique is doing Umusangari. So we must keep following those strong female vocals from Africa. Yeah.
When you were doing this album, you said like a lot of people don't know Africa. They don't know Africa. When you say that, what do you mean by that? Do you mean their history or the culture or little things? What do you mean when you say
I think in a very large way. I mean, in all of those things, when I say that, I mean, it's like when I say people don't know Africa, sometimes, the information coming from Africa and African people is not representative in the media. It's not a representative of African people. I don't see myself inside, When I'm in Italy, sometimes seeing people to have, they work on the charity things for Africa. I said, this is going to go for where? It's not my country at all. It's not from Mali, It's like we still have a lot to teach to the rest of the world from Africa. Yeah. I think it's time now for African people, for this generation, to take this responsibility,
And to show that there is more.
I think we are the best. Nobody can tell about you better than yourself. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to share with my brother. I said now it's time for us to say, okay, my Africa is not only war. My Africa that I know, myself. Me, I'm Fatoumata. I'm Africa. In Africa, inside of me, I can give love. I'm not a migrant because it's only war in my country. It's not because I don't have a food or I don't have a music or I have a parents. I can take a coffee in the morning in my continent. I have a nightclub every week when I want. Life is joyful. It's not only war or feminine. I think we should stop now to complain. I think African young generation doesn't want to complain anymore. Yeah. You can see on social media, the young generation are trying to change it, to accept that their natural hair, clothing. Something started, very positive thing, and I want, I would like that media people to push this positive side, because I've been suffering a lot of those last years, seeing my brother on the sea, trying to reach the western coast, and people doesn't want them, so that affected me a lot because it's me on the sea, it's a part of me, right, on the sea. So I'm wondering, through my song to say, to give back the value, the dignity of Africa, on the right way. It's not, those young people have a story, they have a family, they have a big dignity. They are someone before to be immigrants,
Wow, beautiful. So the message is not only for the people who don't know Africa, it's also for the young African generation to encourage them to embrace their culture. Yeah. A quick question, who was encouraging you when you were younger? Because you have such an amazing life story. It's too long to even speak about it on TV, but you fought really to have your own independent life and your own career. Who was encouraging you when you were a youngster?
I can say I can interpret that in many different ways. That could be I can say God, because I believe in God. I can say my spirit, because He talks to me, you know. I follow only my instincts. I can see people, I'm with people, but most of the time with my own person, you know. I listen a lot to my spirit,
your inner voice.
Soul, my inner voice, you know. And music also. Music has been like everything for me until now.
Guidance.
Guidance. Yeah. It's like a God voice next to me. Yeah. And I realized that music is a God voice next to all African people. Yeah. Because we don't have material things, but we can keep smiling. Yeah. We don't complain. Yeah. More than people who has everything, who have everything. Yeah. Compared to us, you go to Africa, children, they see you, they will smile. They are happy. They are thankful to God, you know. And this happiness is not me. I'm part of this continent, and this is a gift that African people have, being positive. Even if it's not easy, you just have to keep seeing the light. Don't never lose your light, because it is in front of you. It's just right here. You just have to follow it. So some of people are fragile, some of are stronger than others. I don't know how I've been, you know, following this light.
Yeah, because you have.
Yeah,
till today.
Yeah, it's not. I know that the background have been very strong, you know. I didn't receive any support from my family to be a singer, even to be free to travel as a bird, you know, just to express myself and my freedom, you know, as a woman. You know, today I can say I would like to represent women or children. It's because I have been saving. I'm a survivor. Yeah. But I couldn't say that when I was in Africa, you know, with my family. You know, they sometimes traditions are heavy, you know. They want to protect you. Yeah. And it's not only in Africa. This is in everywhere. Yeah. Even in Europe, when a child said that he wants to be an artist or follow his own, you know, way, parents will always come in the middle.
To protect. But you were strong enough to break free and to bless the world with beautiful music.
Thank you.
And Fenfo means I have something to say. We can hear you have a lot to say. One last thing before you play Fenfo for us. I know that the album took 7 years to come. Yeah. So everyone wants to know, what have you been doing? I know that one of the big things...
busy.
Yes, one of the big things that happened to you is motherhood.
Yeah.
In a few sentences before you play Fenfo, in what way did your son, the birth of your son, Lucho, change you as a musician?
In the way that I realized that I'm more connected with the children. For sure, before, you know, all my verses on stage, lines that I have, it's children, Africa, women, you know, peace, love. But with this baby, I become more sensitive. I realized that I cry on stage for nothing, you know, when I'm talking about the children. It's like me, you know, I get a more vision with them, you know.
Because now you have your child.
I have it. I realize how much their future is weird. It's very dangerous what's coming to them. If we don't wake up now to save them, so the darkness is starting to, you know, to cover the planet. So we must give them a chance. They need to see the light. They need this light. You
Bring the light to us, Fatoumata.
I'm trying by my side. It's because I believe in it, but I don't know if it's really light or not. You know,
we see nothing but light.
You know.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sister.